this is what I mean. I came down to start building my cotton balls squished to oblivion. So I brought them offerings. Yeah? You troublemaker. So we got 2 cat beds. The green one is for box cat. The gray one is for the dictator. Let's get the cat beds out. Hello. Welcome back. Update on the beds. Could care less. I bought them like on sale nice. Could care less as well. But not what we're here for. I just finished my Enid repaint video doll thing. And she came out okay. Eyelashes left some things to be desired. But we're going to try again with Catty. Specifically this one because Fang Vote came out just today as their official last round 2 has been completed. So we finally get the first look at what the full doll is going to look like, box included. I'm not a member of Fang Vote, so I don't get to vote on anything. But if I was to get one, I don't really care how the box looked. So that was kind of boring. And her outfit for me personally, we'll pop up some pictures here and see exactly what I mean. It's just too close to her actual design for me. It's like their Fang Vote Flo's design is what they wanted to give this one, but they just for some reason didn't want to add like the big poofy coat to it, because like her jumpsuit is pretty much the same fabric as this minus thing. She has like something around her waist, knee-high boots, ponytail, a microphone, and big poofy jacket, or give like a big poofy silhouette in the back. So I got this one to do my own take on it. I did a sketch of it and I believe I posted it on Instagram. If not, I'll put a picture up right here as well. Lots of work. Love you, boyfriend. Anyway, but we are gonna try and do her. And I was thinking about it, and then I looked at the Fang Vote and I was like, it's not that hard, and I do have a lot of fabric. So I am gonna order a second Catty out of box because I don't need all of her accessories, and I think one amulet, is that amulet? Yeah, that's in her name. And then I think one amulet pad is gonna be enough for both of them to share. For one is gonna be definitely more for stage look, and I have an idea of how to create that bodysuit, but I do need to get into this fabric to to really dissect and figure out where I can get these different kinds of fabrics and how easy it is going to be to make these into a fabric boot, and then see kind of what accessories I can get online. Macari is not sponsoring this, but I do use Macari a lot for my secondhand shops when I can't really find anything. So I'm gonna go ahead and unbox her and look at all the fabric. I do have a lot of fabric left over from Enid because Joann's is going out of business, and I found the perfect fabric there. And of course it's a 2-yard minimum. Of course it would be. So I ended up getting 2 yards, needing to make 1 dress. So I still have a lot. So my version of Catty Fang Vote, which is going to be this precious doll, is she is going to be at, oh my gosh, I am so not a concert person or like a music fan person. Do they go to the red carpet? What is the equivalent of the red carpet for music goers? Whatever. She's going to that, like an Oscar or something. So she's going to go get an award. So she needs a big fancy dress, a big silhouette. I think that'll give us a good opportunity to make some really cool accessories, like an award for her, and making a pretty cool pet carry for her to carry on her tail, and it would give us a reason why she was going to wear something so big and flashy. I just don't think what she's wearing now for her Fang Vote, like, maybe I don't go to concerts either, maybe that's a thing still, but I can't imagine wanting to wear a big poofy jacket on stage dancing around a whole lot. Who knows? We're gonna do something I'm sold on the jumpsuit, not on the big poofy thing. On the big poofy jacket. My version is actually based on a sketch that didn't win the final design vote, but it had a big feather boa off of her shoulder, and it had just like this one, like an A-line dress scrunched up onto the side with the big. So we're gonna give her a feather boa or a feather jacket all the way around, and big train with a bunch of sparkles going from pink to black with feathers underneath it, because I think feathers would look really cool for a cat. Like Amulet caught a little bird for her, and she's wearing it. Okay, that's it. I'll be back once all the supplies is got, and probably a few trips to Joann's. And hopefully the cats will be using their beds soon, so I can get some footage of that. Even though you already have some niche footage of Bella's help. Yeah. Lots of cats in this video, huh? Okay. Be back with all of my supplies. Also, really quickly, as I'm unboxing her, I just realized, because I watched some videos of Catty being open and seeing what other people had to say about her, and this isn't going to be like a doll review or anything like that, because there's already so many out there and there's so many other great channels who can do all that, but I love that. Thanks, Bella. I love that Catty Noir's back. Catty Noir was one of my favorite characters, and I love that she's plus sized. I love that they do plus size characters. I mean, I don't know how realistic it is for, like, maybe she's got some kind of medical thing going on. I just can't imagine, like, a pop star specifically, because they got to do all these jumps, and Catty Noir specifically, like, in her video, she's doing all these jumps, she's doing these amazing showpieces. I just don't necessarily know how realistic it would be for a pop star to be a plus size pop star. I don't know, I guess I think of Katie as more as, not Katie, Catty as more of a, like a K-pop version, where there's always like moving, dancing, super choreographed, like wanting to be like the best of the best, because this was like her dream. This is what she wanted to do since she was 13. For me personally, it's just a little hard to imagine Catty as a plus size, but I do love that there are plus sizes. Downside, there are no stands. That's something I just remembered that someone else I was watching review Catty was saying, how they're making all these plus size ghouls or different size ghouls, and it's really amazing, and it's super forward, and it's really cool, but they have such unique body types, it's hard for them to stand or find like a stand for them for whoever wants to display them. Because I'm sure I'm not the only one who views dolls like this, but they're like works of art almost. Like, they're posable works of art. Like, someone literally spent time to design this character. The face is so pretty sometimes. This is like a good example. It's so pretty. Like, is it perfect? No, by all means, but not every art is always perfect. And I really like to just display them because I think this is a way for art to be accessible for everyone. And, you know, not all kids play with their toys. Some kids really do like to just display things. So it is kind of disappointing that there is no stand. I might try to make one for her. I don't know if I'm that talented, but we'll see. But yeah, just a little side note. I think it's super cool. Don't know how realistic it is for like Catty specifically as a pop star to be in that, because again, she seems like a very like up self-motivated character. Like, she doesn't seem like she seems like a very fast metabolism ghoul almost, because she's always up doing something very expressive, always trying out new dance moves, always bouncing around stage trying to keep up with her fans. So I just don't necessarily know if a pop star was the correct attempt at a plus size body, but I love her nonetheless, and I do think she is super pretty, and I love her, and I'm glad she's here. What do you think, Bella? Bella, you like Catty? Could care less. Okay. Update 2. So I finished the first Catty's braid, so I went to Target to get second Catty, and this one is going to be her more red carpet look. Hi, Addie. But I also needed the second dress. But I found this pink glittery Easter basket, which I think if this inner fabric is going to be perfect because it looks just like the boots from the Fang boat. And I'm calling it the show one, which is going to be one that's more inspired by the Fang boat because she's supposed to be performing it on stage. So I'm calling out the show one. Mine with her dress being at her, can't see, with her dress ending at her middle thigh, and it's going to be on both sides. I'm going to put a loop or like a ring and have tassels hanging down. So I think this will be really good to help with that. And while she's dancing, I imagine it'll look really cool and it would be good on stage. So yeah, that's what, and it's all cohesive, so I don't have to worry about color matching anything. Yay, super happy about that. So I'm gonna go take this apart, figure out what I have to work with, and then take this Catty out of the box and undo her braids, because Show Catty's gonna have her braids, and I'll show you that when we get into everything else. And this one is gonna have no braids with a different hairstyle. Excited, let's go. Okay, we're back with our show design Catty. I have braided her hair entirely. So a bunch of little micro braids all over the place. It took a couple of days, a few hours each day, and she's in her high ponytail. I'm gonna give her a second earring, but for now we're gonna work on her face, and I'm gonna stick with the star theme. She's also in her bodysuit to paint. I'm not really gonna worry about anything, and I'm not really gonna paint over her eyes. I'm just gonna add on to the stars and the shimmers. I think the Fang boat one is a little, someone said it looked like Kiss, and I just can't stop thinking about that now. I also just don't think it's really good. I don't know, to me the makeup doesn't seem quite right for her, so I found a inspiration pic on Pinterest. I just looked up K-pop inspiration makeup and I found one, and it's just a bunch of basic stars around her cheeks with a more like a pink eyeshadow. So I think I'm gonna go lighter pink to darker pink eyeshadow with her, and I think that's all I'm gonna do for the makeup. But yeah, let's get started. Okay, I finished the painting, my camera died, and I figured I would just do it off thing as I was super close to her. But here is her finished face up. Her forehead is still really big. I'm not super sure on that, but I'm really happy with how her face turned out. And her hands are drying because I did paint her nails. But there's a little bit of a two-tone on there, tried, but super happy with how her face turned out. I think it really goes for like the K-pop suit, and I think it goes well. I tried to emulate cracks because I failed at doing the eyelashes, but I think the cracks actually play into her bodysuit really well, and that is something I think the original Fang boat one is missing, that there is just this big, large, shattered piece with a bunch of pink surrounding it, but not anything else shattered in the design. So now that her face is done, she's drying, we're gonna work on the shoes. So I found the perfect fabric, it's upstairs, but I have 2 chances to get this right because I have the second Catty. My idea is to cut it right at the ankle so it can still slide onto the foot, but I still have all this heel detail, and I can just do fabric and piece it on there. So let's give it a try. Guess I have to hold it. Snap! Will this still fit on? Okay. Still fits on. Well, okay, I think that's gonna work. Actually, let's just experiment a little bit. So we go off the Ever After High design of how they do their fabric heels. It's a basic shoe, or just like the basic heel form with fabric on it, so it just slides on the foot. Something kind of like that. That's just the leg. It's basically just a gather stitch, so you kind of just are putting a straight stitch along the middle and just gathering and crunching it up all together. And that's pretty much it. I'll try to catch as many pictures as I can doing it because I don't like filming with the dogs barking, but that will be the next step. And to seal the fingers, I believe I'm going to use the sparkle nail polish, and I believe it's upstairs. But I'm going to use that on her fingernails and put them back and maybe leave them off. But just to seal them, it's the same ones I used in Eden's video to seal her boots and everything else. Actually, since we're dealing with catching, let's just go ahead and try on the belt. I'm going to emulate that big poofy thing. I don't like the jacket idea so much. So I'm still gonna keep like the big ruffles and poofs, but I'm gonna make it a detachable skirt with this belt as kind of, as a kind of nod to G1 Catty, where her original design with the super long trails of ripped fabric underneath her base dress, which was also attached with a belt. Yeah. Perfect. I think that'll be good. And then I have the little vest on her from her big poofs, big poof sleeves, because I'm thinking about turning this into a fringe jacket, because the fabric I'm going to use would only be on the skirt with the fringe. So I'm thinking about giving her a sleeved, big poofy sleeved with the fringe as well, so everything kind of is a little bit more cohesive. But that's for a later time. And you know the belt works, and I'm not going to chop anything off on that, I think, at this point in time. But we're going to cut the shoes, do some sewing, and we'll be back. So last night was the shoes, and I think they're okay. They are falling off a little bit, as you can see, not as sturdy as I would like, but I think for my first attempt, not too bad. And then I was looking at the original photo, and her shoes aren't like this. This is basically pink. This pink fabric is basically a sock. So instead of leaving this bottom part open to attach to a shoe, it's basically sewed just along her foot and then just glued onto a platform. But I did not do that because, I don't know, I thought it was not how that built. But I'm still super happy with them, and I think she is coming along pretty well. Now, the next part is going to be the skirt, which I went ahead and just did a paper template. So just put down my second Catty doll, laid her down, and just drew basically how I wanted the skirt to look. I got some pink fabric that kind of matches. This isn't really going to be seen, so I'm not too worried about it, but this is going to be the inside, and it's just the same color as her shoe fabric. So now the important part is to do the belt. So this is going to be detachable just like her G1 counterpart. So I believe I'm going to cut the chains off of it, paint this black. I'm thinking I'm probably going to start black, and then if I wanted to do a silver later, because I think there's a lot of pink going on, so I think I need one of her accent colors for the belt. But yeah, cut the chains off and attach it to this. I don't think it's going to be able to come off the belt, and I'm okay with that.
But for now, paint the belt, attach the skirt, and we'll be back on that. Okay, can't really see. This is gonna be half intro, half outro. Outro half first. Now my job to split it up. So the Catty video, basically I got as far as I could on her. I filmed and photographed as much as I really wanted to show people how to make their own kind of based off of it. And the rest that I did off camera wasn't based on anything else. I just made a big skirt with her. There might be some photos of it, but basically ran out of time because my next project is needing to start like this week, and there's just no more time for Catty because I have to order more stuff. So the only thing I did not figure out was her headpiece, which is unfortunate because that is a part of the Fang vote, but I've still not really decided what I want to do with that or how I can go about doing that. So we will pick up Catty after the spur season because